What's up, folks? This is Dan from Discern, and these are my thoughts on the new track from The Afters, Battles. The Afters is a CCM and pop rock / alternative rock band from Texas, founded by lead singer, keyboardist, guitarist Joshua Havens and guitarist, vocalist Matt Fuqua. They independently released their debut album, When the World is Wonderful, in 2001, and started gaining some notoriety in 2005 with their second album, I Wish We All Could Win, released on Epic Records. In total, they've released 5 full-length albums, and they're planning to release their next record on September 6th of this year, which is titled Live On Forever. When this band first began, they were riding the wave of alternative rock popularity, similar in sound to bands like The Fray, Lifehouse, and Sanctus Real. But with the release of Light Up the Sky in 2010, they started transitioning into more pop rock and a Christian radio CCM sound. Arguably, they made that change as that genre started becoming popular, so it really seems like they've been following the trends rather than attempting to forge their own sound. And this newest single, which is actually the second track released off their upcoming album, is a further push into that popular trendiness direction. When you first hear this song, if you're like me, your eyes probably rolled out of the back of your head. Your first impression was this was an obnoxious, formulaic, packaged for radio or for Christian radio CCM song that is a waste of your time. That's not without reason. I mean, there's almost nothing about this song that feels unique or that would make this song stand out amongst the landscape of other CCM songs. It is formulaic, it is lacking in originality to the point of artistic embarrassment. I mean, I can't understand how an artist can truly feel fulfilled and satisfied by approaching their art the same way any ordinary person approaches cooking. Just follow a proven recipe, you know? The ingredients are all there: lyrics, arrangement, melody, instrumentation. You know, it's a sound and a style that has been done and redone by many current artists, and I think most of us are sick of it. But you may be surprised to find out that there are some small features and moments in this song that can be at least considered interesting. I'm trying to find the silver lining here, folks. There's some redemptive qualities to this track, but I'll get to that in a bit. First, I got to tell you about the track in general, before the specifics. The sound is a thumping, marching, heavily percussive CCM sound with some folk pop and radio pop influences. In typical pop song fashion, the title of the song is very directly tied to the main phrase or hook in the chorus. The song is saying about God, "You're fighting my battles." It's a basic idea, basic concept. It's fleshed out in basic lyrics. From the very beginning, you're in for something ordinary, something even commercial in its feel. The synth pad bass and the kick drum holding a steady quarter note rhythm, the twinkling bells playing a simple intro hook. I'm not exaggerating when I say that the musical style here sounds like it was the background music for a TV commercial. It's uplifting, it's positive, sort of motivational, but it's also sterile and overly clean. It's so inoffensive and focus grouped. It lacks an identity, and that goes for more than just the intro. The verse continues in that fashion, and the chorus continues still more, albeit with a heavier, boomier musical style. Whether in lyrics, arrangement, or instrumentation, this song is almost entirely forgettable and cookie cutter. Instrumentation is just your typical fleet of instruments you would hear on a radio pop hit these days. 90% of the instruments are synthetic. There's an overuse and slathering of synth pads and leads to create some sort of faux texture and depth. It's basically just layer it up, add more pieces to make it sound big. The mix of the sound creates a crisp, precise, impossibly perfect performance. All the rough edges have been sanded down. The holes have been patched up. It's flawless. It's got to be, I guess, for radio play, right? Arrangement, its structure Very typical intro, verse 1, pre-chorus, chorus, post-chorus hook. Repeat the process. Verse 2, pre-chorus, chorus, post-chorus hook, bridge, of course, then a down chorus after the bridge, post-chorus hook, and then, trail off in an outro. Very by the book. It's expected. You can see around every corner, anticipate every turn before it happens, and you've got your staples down, like I said, your down chorus right after the bridge, the backbone of the song being that post-chorus vocal hook, because that's just what you do, I guess. The song's energy and mood rises and falls just like you would expect. The verses are more tame. The pre-chorus starts to stir the pot. The chorus is full and large. And then, of course, the post-chorus is just bubbling over, spilling over the edge, energy maxed out. Of course, anyone who has ventured outside the genre of CCM knows that, this energy level is... or I should say that this power and vibrancy is really quite mild. Punk music, metal music, EDM, electropop, those all, I think, live up to the descriptors: powerful, vibrant. This song has just been so carefully crafted and organized. It doesn't have the spontaneity, it doesn't have the liveliness it should. And last but not least, lyrics. Mostly, this song is cliche after cliche. Images of darkness and light, saying, "I won't be afraid." The line, "You heal every scar, you're guarding my heart." It's one of the worst. But taking the cake of bland lyricism for sure is the bridge. "In my weakness you are strong, every trouble you have overcome." That is it. It's repeated 4 times. It's 2 lines. Just 2 lines to write, and they couldn't do better than that. Folks, that's children's song level simple. I mean, that's first grade level. But when this song is steering clear of overly tired and typical Christian phrases, which it does at times, sadly the vocal melody is right there to make you think you've heard this line before. The vocal melody is so typical and so mundane that it goes in one ear and out the other, and it takes the lyrics with it often. So what is this silver lining or slight bit of redemptive features that I mentioned in this song? Well, I found 2 things that I think are interesting and are remotely worth praising. Firstly, there are a few lyrics in here that are foundationally biblical and strengthen the theme of God's going before me. They strengthen it with historical examples. Basically, these examples show you God has done it before. He's proven his character. He will do it again. The line, "You surround me on every side." It's reminiscent of Psalm 139:5. It says, "You hem me in behind and before." But it also feels like a cool reversal on Psalm 3:6, which says, "I am not afraid of 10,000 enemies who surround me on every side." I think it's pretty cool that you can think about being surrounded by enemies, but yet not being afraid because God actually surrounds you, who is, far greater and more in control than your enemies. Another line, "You're going before me," which reminds me of the Lord leading the Israelites in Exodus chapter 13, going before them as a pillar of cloud by day, a pillar of fire by night. And finally, "Oceans are parting," that phrase, which is clearly a reference to God parting the Red Sea in Exodus 14, leading and redeeming the Israelites from Egypt. The other facet of this song that I appreciated is the marching, battle-styled rhythms and mood in the chorus and in the hook after the chorus. The marching 16th notes on the snare with a steady, reliable kick drum. There's rumbling toms and the crack of the snare in the hook. There's a tense and stuttering string section going on. The whole stew of parts and pieces comes together dramatically to emphasize the battle theme. After a few times listening through, I could tell there was some thought behind the production here, more so than I noticed on my first listen. I still don't understand, I guess, why there couldn't be more darkness and fear typified in the production and in the music. I mean, those feelings are very real to battle and war. This song is far too glittery and sunshiny than what makes sense for the theme. But I guess, if you're going for a song that will be played on positive and encouraging radio, you better sound positive and encouraging, right? Oh, and one more thing, one more silver lining moment. There's a sweet little bass run that they slip in during the synth swell that transitions you from the chorus to the hook. But it only happens after the second time through the chorus. It's about halfway through the song. It is a small moment, a very small moment. But in a song like this, moments like that are like an oasis in a desert. It's something cool, something interesting, something that I feel, oh, look at that, that's cool. Wish this song had more moments like that. But oh well, maybe next week. That's all I have for this video. Thank you for watching this track review. Remember, new track reviews just like this release every Wednesday, and new album reviews release every Friday. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel. Join the community that we are growing over here. It is certainly growing. More people jumping on. Thank you very much. If you have a question or a comment for me about this track or not about this track, you can comment below this video. You could tweet at me at discernreviews, or you could send me an email, discernreviews@gmail.com. Have you listened to this track from the Afters? Do you agree or do you disagree with my thoughts? If you're a fan of CCM, which is totally fine, totally your choice, you may have a vastly different opinion about this song than me. If so, don't be afraid to chime in. Let me know how you feel. Anyway, hope this helps. See ya.